Ben Donaldson kicking for a Wallaby win. He can't bring it around, and Italy have done it. For the first time in 10 years, they've got back-to-back home wins. In the birthplace of Renaissance in Italian art and culture, are we seeing the Renaissance of Italian rugby here in Firenze? The first time in 19 matchups they have been successful against Australia. Everything, but everything in the Italian garden seems to be blooming right now. What a match, what a game. Samoa in week 1, Australia in week 2, South Africa next up in Genoa. The full-time score here in Firenze: Italy 28, Australia 27. Well, that was sporting theatre of the highest quality. Tina Stelport, have you got enough breath? Have you got over the nerves of that last 10 minutes, let alone the 80 minutes we've just witnessed?
Breathless. We said it was going to be an exciting game. It certainly measured up every moment, every minute, right up to the last second. Ben Donaldson, the pressure and the elation of the crowd and the Italian players, but well deserved by Italy. Unfortunately, a couple of missed kicks by Tommy Allen. Padovani, when he came on, could have been a bigger margin, but they played well and they were structured and organised and confident in their approach.
Yeah, I make it 14 points they missed off the tee, which would have made it a lot more comfortable. You're never going to get 100%, of course you're not. But they've done it. They've held on. Valesio and co can't believe how close they've come, and credit to the touring side because they worked so hard to get themselves back into this game. The celebrations, the euphoria that's in the stands right now, sweeping down onto the pitch. Big smiles on the faces of the home fans, not so, of course, the visitors. They've had to take another back-to-back loss by a single point. Last week it was the Stade de France. This week it's the Stadio Artemi Franchi. Tommy Allen, Federico Ruzza, in many ways an unsung hero. But let's hear from the Italian camp. Claire Thomas is talking to the scrum half, Stephen Varney.
Stephen, a first win over Australia. What does that mean?
Yeah, it means a lot for the boys. You know, they grafted hard all game, and it was a really tough game, but the boys dug in deep, and yeah, it was good to get the win.
That's quite a few wins now in 2022 for Italy, and over increasingly impressive opposition. Is this a squad building really nicely towards the World Cup?
Yeah, we're building really good. You know, it's all down to the coaches. You know, we got a very good coaching staff, and the boys work hard for them, and yeah, we're just really proud to be part of Italy.
Australia really put the squeeze on in the second half, but you clearly kept your cool, kept your composure. Who were the voices there that kept you calm and got you to the finish line?
Yeah, you know, we got Mitch Lamoureux, who's a great leader. We also got Tommy Allen, who controls the back. So yeah, we got a good leadership group, and you know, they brought it in quite well.
Can I just get a word on Orange Capuozzo? He set this place on fire, was at the heart of so many wonderful moments for your side tonight. What's it like knowing that he's behind you when you're playing?
Yeah, he's an amazing player. You know, he's teared up all year, and yeah, all credits to him. He's class.
Well, many congratulations today. Go and enjoy the celebration.
Thank you.
Well, Stephen Varney, player of the match last week in Padua, very influential again here in Firenze. What a game the halfbacks had, and he mentioned Tommy Allen. Of course, in the absence of Paolo Garbisi, we wondered how that would work, but huge credit to those two halfbacks as Montiani reconnects with some of his Australian cohorts. Matt Gibbon can't believe what he's just seen, what he's had to endure. Will Skelton, well, knowing him, it's a pragmatic approach from the big second row, but the hurt will be there right now. From an Australian perspective, Tinas, it's a real dent, it's a real blow.
Yeah, the first time in 19 test matches that you lose against Italy. Yes, they've got a very difficult 5 weeks on tour. You want to change, you want to test new combination, new players in the build-up to the World Cup next year. You've got to test those players under pressure. There'll be a lot of answers and a lot of questions after today's match, because certainly Italy came out and they put Australia under a lot of pressure, and it's those moments of ill discipline that will be questioned. With all that possession and not having the ability to convert those possession into points and giving Italy the easy outs on that ill discipline, those are going to be some of those questions that will be addressed this week in the build-up to Ireland.
Yeah, and you've got a feel for the likes of Ben Donaldson. Thanks to the smart ball, we know that conversion missed by half a metre. That's all that was between Australia and success. It's a very fine line between getting your noses over the finishing line first. Italy know how to do it now, and you can see it in their body language, you can see it in their confidence levels, that they really believe, and they can back up that belief with the way that they're playing. You wonder, yes, Dave Rennie has always said this tour was going to be about development, because he's looking ahead to Pool C. You know, this time next year they'll have finished their World Cup. But it's just a psychological blow. They've got to go to Dublin, they've got to go to Cardiff still, and it'll be fascinating to see how they do. Well, Italy know they're going well. Claire now has got the Azzurri captain, who will be beaming ear to ear. Michele Lombardo, the man right now.
Michele, we saw you hurt your arm in the second half. You were holding it and looked quite uncomfortable, but you were never going to leave the field, were you, in a game as exciting as today?
Honestly, never. Like, yeah, the arm was gone and nothing else but heart. So just put it in and see what happens, and that's what we did. I think we played with passion. We played the first half and we put some amazing attacks in. Honestly, I think we scored some very good tries, and really happy with the performance the guys put in. Obviously, there are always some stuff to work on, but no, that's a good mentality. I think the most important thing for us was continuity, and from last week to this week, I think we had a step forward. So really happy with that.
And where does this rank for you amongst your performances in that blue jersey?
Simply, like, I don't know, like, I'm playing for my family, I'm playing for my country, and that's everything that, like, moves me, you know, and that's so important for me. And what we're trying to build on is a real family, creates with all the fans around us, and to win here in this stadium is something very important for us and for this colour.
And you're a family ready to take on the world champions next week?
Obviously, yes, 100%.
We're very much looking forward to it. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks so much. Cheers.
Well, Michele Lombardo earning his 20th cap today, now 12 as captain. What an influential, inspirational captain he has been. It's tough on the other side. Alan Alatoa in his first match with the metaphorical armband. Disappointment for the Wallabies skip as he talks to Claire now.
Alan, another heartbreaking defeat at the death on this European tour. If you had to distill it down to one thing, what would you put that loss down to?
I think you just got to give credit to Italy. You know, they came out firing in the first half. Yeah, they played with a lot of passion, put us under pressure on the scoreboard early. So it took us a little while to fight back, but I was still proud of the effort. You know, from the boys to come close to getting away with that win, but we just weren't good enough towards the back end there.
15 penalties against Scotland, 11 against France, and 16 today. As captain, how difficult is it to rein in those discipline issues?
Yeah, it's something that we've been speaking about as a team, but we need to be better at as well. I felt that our discipline didn't allow us to get out of our own end, and that allowed them to put scoreboard pressure on the first half. So again, it's going to be a talking point, but as players, we needed to be better through our action.
Can you take some heart from the fact that you really tested your squad depth this week? A couple of uncontrollable last-minute changes. Is there some pleasure to take from that?
Yeah, I think on a 5-game tour, I think we're always going to challenge our depth in our squad. Everyone was going to get an opportunity, and you know, in looking ahead, we still got 2 games left. So I know the boys will be hurting from this game, and then we'll have a bit of edge moving into next week against Ireland.
Thanks for your thoughts, Alan. Commiserations and all the best next week.
Thank you.
Two coaches. Anyone else as well as the 2 coaches, Julian?
Dave, another margin of just 1 point, shelving the damage it's doing to your blood pressure. How much are you learning about your squad on this tour?
Yeah, look, it's a tough day. You know, we turned the ball over too many times and too many penalties that gave Italy a good start and gave them a lot of momentum early. So, yeah, no, I mean, we've got to be better around that. We rallied back late, but you know, the Italians were very good today.
Is that something you can fix on the training park over the course of the week, or do you expect to make wholesale changes before next weekend?
Oh, that will definitely make more changes. We've talked about how we're going to rotate the squad, and you know, we had a good enough team on the field today to win. So we're well aware of the threat that Italy pose. Are a good side, and we fell short today.
The crowd really made themselves heard, made themselves felt over the course of that 80 minutes. Is this teaching a relatively young matchday 23 about what it's like to play under that sort of pressure?
Yeah, like I say, we didn't start well enough, and we brought the crowd into the game, and obviously that's something we talked about not doing. So yeah, lessons learned for all of us.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Claire.
See you soon. Kieran, Italy beat the box here in 2016. Florence has worked its magic again. What does it mean, with 10 months until a World Cup, to take a scalp of that magnitude?
Oh, look, we're not even looking at that at the moment, but I mean, yeah, it's great. I mean, we left a few points out there today, but we scored some really good points as well. So, we'll enjoy this night, that's for sure, and, obviously, try and build on it. But no, the support here today, the guys played with some intent, which was good, and, we had a bit of luck at the end.
Do those missed points concern you? Is there going to be a bit of work with kicking off the tee this week? Oh,
yeah, look, you always do that work anyway, don't you? And some days they go over, some days they don't. Today they didn't. But, that's not taking away anything from the performance. I thought, defensively those guys were outstanding.
You said before the match that this game needed to start and be won up front. Were you pleased with the way that the breakdowns seemed to go in your favour a lot of the time? And it's the scrum particularly you were finding your feet.
Yeah, no, we had some good physicality up there, and we were able to build on that. And like I always say, it's got to start up front, and then we were able to score some good tries.
On the board within minutes of kick-off, and it felt throughout the match, particularly with a crowd this vocal, as though Italy were determined to come good. Where's the confidence level at in this squad, particularly with the Box coming into town next week?
Oh, it'll be pretty good at the moment. They'll come back down to earth on Monday, though, when we review, because, every time we scored points, we gave them points back. So there's areas we've got to improve on. But, hey, as I always say, it's Test match rugby. You enjoy it when you win because, you're going to have some days where you don't. So, we'll enjoy tonight.
Well, go and enjoy it. Congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you.